Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me again on Shaman Talk. Please do like and subscribe if you have not done so yet. Today, I will be talking about life's purpose and higher purpose. I want to start by talking about our purpose at the personal individual level. As humans, all of us exist to do exactly as humans are supposed to do. We grow, we mature, we seek satisfaction and happiness for ourselves. We attempt to satisfy our ego at all costs. We even go against our family, those who love us the most sometimes, and ourselves at times because we feel that there is a greater purpose in life at the personal level. And so, in a sense, there's selfishness. We want to fulfill our desires in life because we see life as being physical, materialistic, and we just want to be able to be happy by fulfilling those desires. This greater purpose is nothing more than to have a fulfilling life that we feel is our purpose. How we define happiness varies for the individual. But in the end, we come to realize that our happiness is what needs to matter. At the spiritual level, some of us have a tendency to seek out our spiritual side. We feel that there is more to life than just living as a human being and trying to fulfill this part of our life, trying to, find things that we want, trying to materialistic things. And we feel that humans are spiritual in nature. And so we feel that there must be more. There must be more than just the physical and materialistic. And so we start to think about if there is a greater purpose out there. And we start to wonder if humans, are spiritual and if we possess a soul. And does our soul have a greater purpose? But what is the purpose of the soul? I feel that the soul undergoes reincarnation in order to seek redemption for past sins. And when we are born, we are given a blank slate because God has given us an opportunity to seek redemption so that we can travel to a better place. Yet, at the same time, we come with karma from past lives that we must deal with, and we must be able to pursue our purpose in the face of dealing with that karma. So our soul's purpose is to travel with or without knowledge of where we are going. If we can find spiritual connectiveness, then we will seek to commit good deeds for the world. We will see a purpose in doing good for others without receiving in return. And we will be willing to do that because we see beyond the materialistic. We see beyond that surface level of what life is about. We'll want to better it so that we can travel to a better place than where we are. We are not fully aware of where we are going, but we believe that our good deeds will lead us to a wonderful place, a better place, a place that might be comparable to heaven or eternal salvation. So this is at the spiritual level. There's a universal level, and this is the level that is hardest and is most difficult to get to and to understand as well. The universal level of existence or purpose explains why we exist as humans, and it defines humanity. It is a higher order of purpose, and many will not understand what it means. Only some will see it as valuable or valid, because only some will be able to see or understand it. At the universal level, the world is non-existent. Earth is just a ball, if at all. And humans are souls who exist to fulfill the universe. It is the highest purpose we should aim for. Essentially, the universe is where we should all desire to find, to become a part of, and to be accepted into. The universe is the air we breathe, the water we drink, the soil that we walk upon. It is the essence of being alive, the love that flows on for eternity, the goodness that never darkens, the happiness that becomes. And yet, the universe is nothing more than the atom within your existence. It is the ultimate existence where souls desire to go. That is at the universal level. Today, I am going to emphasize on the spiritual level, the spiritual purpose. We all have a greater purpose than ourselves. Some will not realize it and will be oblivious to this idea because these are people who vibrate at very low levels. They are not in touch with their spirituality. They cannot connect to their spiritual side. They are very disconnected from the spirituality, from their spirit, from their soul. So their spiritual energy, they have to continue through many more lifetimes in order to raise their vibrations, to be able to resonate with the energies in their spiritual existence, to be reincarnated with a higher self awareness. There are those who are very self-aware, who are very connected to their spirituality. These are the people that will know that there is more to life than the physical form. There is more to existence than to be born, to live, and to die. So if you feel this way, then you are actually vibrating at a higher level than the person who does not believe that there is anything that is beyond the physical existence, because they don't feel it and we can't expect them to. They just don't vibrate at the same level as somebody that believes in this, because you vibrate at a higher level. The people that feel a connectiveness to their spiritual energy, to the spiritual realm, to the spiritual existence, they will want to better understand the connections between the spiritual existence and the physical existence. They will seek for answers and hold a desire to connect the dots. This doesn't just happen by accident. This is because these people that feel this way, they've traveled through many, many lifetimes, growing spiritually, raising their vibrations through each lifetime. Now that they are here, and some will feel a deep connection to Mother Nature. Some will feel a deep connection to the stars, the skies, the planets, the universe. That's because they have awakened from their many lifetimes of growing and trying to find their way home, back to their place of origin. So as we rise as a shaman, as a spiritual healer, as a spiritual being, and we connect to our higher selves, we will find that our higher purpose as a human, we will feel a connection to it, and we will find out what it is. And in carrying out this deed, we will redeem our spirit and our soul from previous lifetime karmas. We will open pathways, and we will open doors to another existence. Our spiritual energy does not die, but it continues on into the next life, and the next phase, and the next existence. Some will be reincarnated, some will ascend to higher dimensions, and others will return to darkness or to hell. There are many purposes set before you as a shamanic or spiritual healer. Your purpose may be to heal man, to instill balances upon the souls of human beings. For some of you, your purpose is to protect and to defend, to ward off darkness, and to bring balances unto the existence of man, to bring balance to the earth, to the planet, to the spiritual existence of human beings. Others will have a greater purpose because their duty will encompass the building of peace between the dimensions and the realms. These are the warriors. You are the ones that are going to fight on the spiritual side in order to bring balance and in order to bring goodness back to the physical side. They will bring balance to the spiritual realm by creating balances and creating goodness through removing, destroying, and filtering out darkness, which are the energies that seek to destroy humanity. There are many types of life forms out there in the universe, many spiritual forms, and spiritual beings that are beyond your imagination. It is almost as if the physical realm is a place to learn, to be punished, to grow, and to escape from. And the real existence or greater reality is within the spiritual realm. Then it becomes a paradox. Which reality is the true reality? As for myself, I am a spiritual teacher. On the spiritual side, I am not a warrior. I am a healer. All shamans will have the ability to heal, to do healing rituals for the human soul, for the human spirit. And of course, you may you may participate in the healing of other beings, other creatures, animals. You will be able to, some of you, first, be able to feel the spirit of animals. You'll be able to understand what they feel, and it will be at a very different level than what humans feel. For some of you, you will be a warrior. Your purpose is to fight and to defend, and you come with a very different purpose than somebody else whose purpose might be just to heal, and someone else their purpose might be to advise, to bring the word of God, to bring the word of the universe, to teach about the universe, to teach about the existence on the spiritual side. And on the spiritual side, I'm also a teacher. I'm a spiritual teacher. That's my purpose. And so for some of you, what your goal or what your purpose is on the spiritual side, it actually aligns with what your what you do on this side. And so for some of you that are nurses, doctors, some of you might be police officers, some of you might be in the military, some of you might some of you might work in technology, some of you might work in areas that specialize in something. And for some of you that if your calling is to be a shaman, you'll see that what you do on the physical side is connected to what your purpose and what you will do on the spiritual side. So for some of you that you are in the military and you find out that you have a shamanic calling, you might find out also as your journey unveils itself to you, is that you might be a warrior on the spiritual side. Your duty might be to instill peace and to bring balances between the dimensions and between the different realms. And so if you're a nurse, your specialty and your purpose on the spiritual side might be that you have a very special skill to heal and to help those who need healing with their health. Okay, so this is what I found, and I've actually seen that in multiple people whose you know, maybe what their career is or what they do as for a living is actually connected and related to what they do, what their purpose might be on the spiritual side. But in the end, whatever your purpose is, whatever your duty is, in the end, I feel that basically we're all spiritual beings, that we've come very far from where we are. We come from different levels of, you know, we might call it heaven, or we might call it different dimensions out there. And as we come and we, you know, are born into a physical form of a human being, or an animal, or you know, all creatures of earth. Our purpose and our as a physical being, our intention is to find our way back to our origins, just like, you know, a child that has grown up and has wandered off and has went to explore the world. In the end, that child, that person, in their heart, what they're really going to want to do is to find their way back home. And so, in a sense, that's what we're all trying to do. Wherever we came from, we want to go back to it. And so, even though we are all human beings, we did not all come from the same dimension. We did not all come from the same, you know, existence in the spiritual realm. Some of us, we came from far, you know, places that are farther away than others. Some of us, we might have come from other universes that are very close by. And so this is something that you can explore more as you make progress in your spiritual journey. You can explore more about you know, where your spiritual energy came from, where your soul might have you know, descended from. And as you find out, and as you look into that, because you want to find out what your purpose is, what your higher purpose is, you want to always remember that you want to protect yourself, you want to protect your spiritual energy, as you know, try to figure things out for yourself about who you are. Because there's always that darkness, that negative energy that tries to you know, mess around with you on your journey. There's always that impure energy that tries to interrupt you and tries to interrupt your progress, and it tries to interrupt your growth wherever you're going. Just like in life, you know, sometimes things seem to be going good for us, and other times it seems like there's always something that's interrupting us. There's always an energy of some sort and a circumstance of some sort that will always try to, you know, interrupt us, so that that we are prevented from, you know, being able to like just journey through life smoothly. So on the spiritual side, the same things happen. And a lot of times it's not an event that intercepts with your growth, but it's spiritual energy, spiritual, just like, you know, darkness. Darkness just means, you know, all that energy that is impure and interfere with your growth and interfere with your progress, so that you're prevented from getting to where you need to get to, or from where you want to go to. And that is just a part of what we have to deal with on the spiritual side. Okay. So I just wanted to touch you know, a little bit upon that. A lot of people have asked me about, you know, what is our purpose? What is the purpose of shaman? What is the purpose of a spiritual healer? What is the purpose of existence? Why are we here? And this is a question that, you know, a lot of times as we grow into adulthood, we have that question too, because that's you know, that's a phase for us. That's like a stepping stone for us from one, when we move from one phase to another. And then as we move past that, we lose it, we forget about it. And so those are, you know, turning points for us. And those are points and periods of time where we can look into things. We can really find out more about who we are, what our purpose is, if we have that desire at that time. So when those events come up and those that desire, and let's say that, you know, we don't seek to find out more than just raising that question, then as that time passes on, um, you know, we will move past that moment, and we will lose that desire to want to know too, until we hit another phase. And then during that, the next phase, then you might find that you are curious again. um, okay, so if you have any questions, please do comment below, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.